2025 is the defining year for the competency-based curriculum as the inaugural grade 9 class sits for their final assessment in junior school in November. For the past 9 years, the students have been learning in the same environment from PP1 to grade 9. However, in November, they will sit for the Kenya Junior School Education Assessment before transitioning to senior school from next year. The new competency-based curriculum requires them to choose career pathways that will shape their future. While this system aims to equip learners with skills tailored to their strengths and interests, a pressing question emerges: are students, parents, and even teachers truly ready for this transition? Fatma Bugu has more on that story.
Under the competency-based curriculum system, students in grade 9 must select career pathways, either arts and sports science, social sciences, or science technology, engineering, and mathematics, which will help in their placement in senior school next year. Each pathway determines the subject they will study and ultimately the careers they can pursue. More than 1.2 million grade 9 students will sit for their assessment in November.
We shall be transiting our children from junior school to senior school. This will be the first time that children will be moving from one environment to a new environment. All this time, PP1, PP2 sometimes are in the same environment in our primary school. Their first 6 years in primary school, they were in the same environment. 3 years in junior school, they were in the same environment. In the coming year, that's why I'm saying this is our defining year in CBC, is that they will be doing an assessment, a summative assessment in November, which will support us in aligning them to pathways and to schools.
The students will be placed in senior school in January 2026, whose selection will be based on pathways that will take into consideration learners' abilities, interests, and career choices.
Next year, sasa tunaenda senior school, grade 10, grade 11, grade 12. Wakitoka hapo, tayari watakuwa wamejulikana wale wanaenda university kufanya nini. Wengine wanasema mimi naenda university, mimi naenda teachers college, mimi naenda medical training college, FTC. Itakuwa kila mtu ameenda.
Are you capable? Are you competent? Do you have interest? What's the value of it in your future? Will it satisfy your self-esteem? These are the things that we will be able. We are trying our best to inculcate and to make the children to understand.
However, some parents believe it is overwhelming to introduce a 14-year-old on a career path.
Hapo grade 10 bado itakuwa bado mapema kwa mtoto, manake bado hajafahamu, hajakomaa kiakili ya kujua ni nini anataka.
It's not too early to know because at grade 8 the child already knows what interests her. But now the problem is, an interest is supposed to be inafaa kuongezwa moto kidogo so that the interest becomes a reality.
The role of parents in guiding their children through this decision is critical, yet many lack adequate information about the career pathways prescribed by CBC.
That's another set of confusion. Because, I once asked my daughter about it, and what she told me, even now she still doesn't understand what they're doing. So how will I understand the career pathway if themselves they still don't know?
Recognizing the vital role of parents in this transition, schools have begun sensitizing both grade 9 students and their parents on career pathways.
It is very important to meet parents because we are also on a close road. We are getting information from the Ministry of Education, KICD. They come, they equip us with the knowledge, and we cannot keep that knowledge within us. We must also equip the stakeholders, the students themselves. They must get the knowledge out of it. The parents must get out of it so that they can be able to advise their children. You are strong in this, but maybe you are interested. If your interest is this, then you must also do very well in this subject.
Parents are now calling on the government and education stakeholders to ensure there's enough sensitization on the career pathways.
Most parents, they don't know, they're not even aware what is CBC. And I'm very sure they need first to educate the parents. Tell them more about CBC. Because even me as a parent, I don't know any more about CBC.
They have realized it's not only the big names of the professions that are named in our environment. There are others which are there, which we can be able to identify ourselves with.
The government has made significant investments. According to the Ministry of Education, 15,000 new classrooms have been built for junior secondary schools, 9.9 million books distributed, and 20,000 new teachers employed.
Of course, the challenges that are there are not unique to any transition that happens when a new system is brought. But we as a government have put in place measures to ensure that those challenges are either eradicated or minimized.
As the pioneer cohort of the competency-based curriculum prepares for their assessment in November, the transition to senior school under CBC is set to redefine education, but with robust guidelines, equipping schools with adequate infrastructures and support from both parents and teachers. The new system is designed to ensure that every child's journey is aligned with their abilities and dreams. Fatma Bugu, NTV, Mombasa.